Hello all, Glenn Murphy again. Just thought with 1 week to go exactly before we roll out our SHIPit Day for 2012, I thought I might just record a quick set of notes that might help people get a better understanding of the kind of things they might want to do next Thursday or Friday, and the kind of ideas they might want to put forward and participate in SHIPit Day. So just to remind you that SHIPit Day is all about giving you guys the opportunity and excuse to take a day or a couple of days out of your normal work environment to think through a solution, a process, an idea or proposal that addresses a particular need that you've identified within the school. And is that about student engagement? Is it about better learning? Is it about helping you as employees of the QT Business School do things better, do them easier, do them quicker? All those things are up for grabs. So you can come up with a range of ideas or solutions to particular issues that you might have seen and wanted to address over a period of time, or there may be an opportunity that you want to actually maximise, and this gives you the opportunity to start thinking about those sort of issues. So quickly to remind you, the ideas are going to be evaluated, I guess, in relation to the overall benefit of the business, and whether that's, as I say, from an effectiveness or efficiency perspective in terms of the kind of work that you do and how you go about doing it, or on the learning side, is it going to improve, for example, student engagement or student learning? You'll be evaluated, I guess, or the idea will be evaluated on terms of knowledge or technical skill, the extent to which that it's a cost-effective way of doing what it's setting out to achieve, the extent to which it's complete, and can we use it on Monday morning types thing, and also too the extent to which it's something a bit new and a bit different that maybe we haven't experienced necessarily in the business school before. So that's the criteria by which some of the ideas will be, I guess, judged and evaluated on. In terms of giving you an idea of the kind of ideas that you see in a SHIPit Day, here's a couple of examples. So for example, the first four here are from FedEx days or SHIPit days that I've been part of in the past. So the first one there, an engineering firm, one of the ideas that was developed and pitched on the day was a social media campaign to attract graduates to the firm. All right, and I'm thinking automatically, I think that'd be a great little project in terms of who can develop a social media campaign, for example, to attract a high degree of research students, good honours students, good PhD students, good master's students by research. It's always a challenge for us to attract them. It might be a cool thing to do. A couple of other ones there, developing an internal newsletter in a multimedia format. So in that particular instance, it was an IT team who said that, okay, every group has to do at least one newsletter a year, detailing what the group is doing, and they can choose the format. Could be a poster, could be an HTML web page, could be a PDF magazine, could be a hard copy magazine, we don't care, but this was a way for them to improve cohesion and awareness and understanding within their group. A couple of other ones there that I thought of that, and in fact I'm not participating, I'm not competing if you like in terms of the SHIPit Day, but just for fun I'm going to pitch an idea, but it's not in the running for any of the prizes and that sort of thing, but the idea that we set up guerrilla innovation teams within the business school. The idea being that we would get a bunch of multidisciplinary people, academics, administrators, learning designers, technologists, together to solve a particular nominated issue. They would address that issue, present some sort of scoping paper or a set of recommendations about how to resolve that issue, and then disband, and then a different team would come together and be built to address another issue, and so on and so on, and all that sort of stuff. So these are the kind of things that you can come up with. They don't have to be the next most amazing thing in teaching and learning, but they are, these are all good ideas in terms of helping an organisation or a business move forward in achieving, I guess, its overall goals in terms of, helping students do better, helping students engage better in the university, helping teaching staff enjoy more what they do, helping staff better use the resources that are at their disposal. So these are all things that all these areas can be developed into a project or a proposal that could be pitched at a SHIPit day exercise like we're going to have next Friday. So it really is about being playful and just having a go. A little kernel of an idea. Now, develop it a bit more and put it to your colleagues and say, what do you reckon? It should be, this is not even though we're having prizes and stuff, it's not a critical exercise. It's an exercise of really just listening to other people's ideas and getting stimulated and excited by the ideas. We had a pretty good meeting this morning to help some people develop their ideas further. And even as a result of talking to each other about their current ideas, a huge range of other ideas were basically thought of in during that discussion. So this was a really, really powerful and positive thing this morning to do through that. If you're still thinking that you want to be participating but you're not quite sure how to start, two favourite ways of mine to start is to really say, well, okay, well, you can have opportunity or an issue to look at. So are there emerging technologies? Are there things that are on the horizon that you think, wow, if I had a chance I could really leverage that particular resource, or I could really take advantage of a situation right now, given half a chance. The other option is to say, well, there's an issue, there's a problem, there's a deficiency that I've known exists for some time, and I'd like the opportunity to really figure out and identify how I might solve that issue. So again, they provide two ends of the spectrum in terms of a basis by which you might start to develop an idea. Once you've identified an opportunity, or once you've identified an issue you might like to resolve, another one of my favourite tactics is to do the zero versus infinity argument and say, okay, well, if the 0 point is what I've got now, and infinity is the most awesome solution that I could possibly come up with, or the most fantastic way in which I could realise this opportunity, is that doable? Yes, no, and work your way back to something that's actually doable is a useful way to think about it. An alternate way, I guess, a more structured way, is to do or to adopt the way that IDEO, the famous design firm, operates. And essentially they go through a process of trying to understand the problem. So what is the root cause of the particular issue, or what does this opportunity allow us to do? They also engage in a large degree of data collection, observation, insight, and really trying to figure out what this issue is, what does it involve, who does it impact, all that sort of stuff. They then go through some form of visualization or prototyping to think about, okay, what kind of solutions might we actually generate, or how would we go about actually making this opportunity a reality. They then sort of go through an evaluation and refinement process before producing a final result. So they're all kind of things that you could do over the Thursday and the Friday around a particular issue to try and develop a solution as another framework you could probably adopt in terms of trying to develop a solution or a proposal in terms of how you might actually realise an opportunity. Always a good thing to never stop with your first good idea or approach. Always, and this is why it's good to work in teams of 2 or 3, so you are able to work in teams for the FedEx or the SHIPit day. And always make sure that you explore all opportunities and all alternatives, not just the first one that comes along. And make sure that from that perspective, you're really investigating all the potential aspects that you might tap into. Also, by the same token, don't spend too long on that. You may only have a certain amount of time to actually develop your pitch, so you're really going to make sure that you get stuck into the actual idea, be really clear on what that idea is, what it involves, and then begin to develop your pitch around how that idea really contributes to the criteria that we've set out. And look, tap into your innate skills. Really go above and beyond what you normally do at work. Really use every possible bit of talent you've got to contribute to the idea, and go from there. It's also worth thinking about who is the end user of this and how do they see the world, and that can give you some good insight into the kind of things you might want to do when you're building up and developing your idea. Okay, so innovation does take risk. It does. You've got to be prepared and to experiment and play around. So this is a great opportunity, for example, in the FedEx Day, to play and experiment and say, okay, well, if I've got this problem, if I've got this issue, how would I go about solving it and giving it a crack? Okay, and I'm a massive fan of course, have a looking at service industries. Have a look at the customer service field, have a look at the design field, have a look at what other fields industries are doing, and with similar issues they may face, and steal their ideas. I'm a massive fan of stealing things in that regard. So, unashamedly adopt what other people are doing and bring it into our environment so that we can benefit from it. I think that's a very cool thing. So yeah, over the next week, over the weekend, think about your ideas a bit more. Try and recruit some support from colleagues. Get them to join your team. Basically, on Thursday, we'll officially kick it off in the Gibson room on level 10 of Z Block. You don't have to be there. We'll be there, obviously, giving you some final instructions, some final motivation, I guess, before we kick off. What you really want to be there for is for 3 p.m. on Friday, because that's when we'll give you your opportunity to pitch your idea. And we have 3 judges. We have Amanda Goodmanson, who is our assistant dean, teaching and learning. We have Frederick Ferry, who is our very capable IT manager here in the business school. And we're very lucky to have an industry judge with us, and that'll be Ken Pereira from the Department of Immigration, who is a FedEx Pitch It Day veteran himself and has been through these before. So he'll lend, and also he's one of our MBA students, so he'll be able to see from both sides what we're doing and provide some good comment on what we're presenting. So once all those pitches are done, and you'll have 5 minutes, and 5 minutes only to put your idea forward. We'll announce the winners, the overall winner and the category winners. And from there we'll kick off and celebrate the QUT Business School first ever SHIPit Day, and really celebrate the fact that we've done some really good stuff. So yeah, good heart. Be awesome, good luck, and we'll see you next Thursday or Friday. In the meantime, if you wish to contact me, here's my contact details. My mobile phone is fine, by email is fine, whatever you prefer. Thanks very much, good luck, hope to see you next week. Cheers, bye.